I'm sorry, guys. My name is Kenneth Erickson, and round two. Apparently, my video kind of had to reconnect, and I lost it. So what I said last time, yeah, that was a 45-minute video, by the way. So yes, I'm gonna have to make this another 45-minute video. Um, I am definitely a hardcore wrestling fan. I've been watching wrestling since uh, WrestleMania 2. A friend of mine, my neighbor from San Jose, came over and invited me to watch WrestleMania 2. Um, but after that, I did go and watch WrestleMania 1 with Hulk Hogan because once I saw Hulk Hogan, it all started from there. Um, then my dad turned me on to would also turn me on to NWA, which is WCW, Ric Flair, Sting, um, but it would go back and forth with Hogan and the WWF and the NWA. Before I get to this event that I'm about to say, I like to share, a lot of things that I've been wanting to say. Uh, I know the other one's a 45-minute video, but it might go longer. Not unless I want to make a two-parter. Um, who is my favorite wrestler? Well, there's a lot. Um, if you want to know me real well, just go to my name, Kenneth Erickson, at Facebook. Go to my timeline and my photos, and you will see all my Wrestling Fan Fest pics. The best one, of course, was just like this one I'm about to mention. Uh, it's the WrestleFan Fest 2007. It was held in San Francisco at the Cow Palace. It was me, my brother-in-law, and my sister and his dad. Hopefully, his dad will come with us to this event. I will shortly will reveal what event I'm talking about. Um, if you do know me, you probably saw my posts about it, uh, which I will be uploading on Facebook on this one, anyways. So, yeah, my hair is all saggy and baggy. I'm not professionally. I'm just doing this because I'm just doing this. It's just who wants to look, you know, yeah, my hair is all well, whatever. I just go wild with it. Anyways, um, I don't care. Anyways, big, wow, tough one to pick. But you know what? If he came back, and I would have to put my favorite wrestler of all time today, I'd put my all-time wrestler today number two. But what was my all-time favorite? The man Goldberg. Goldberg was my favorite wrestler and will always be my favorite wrestler of all time. Um, and but he's not wrestling right now. He was not my number one pick. Um, Along with some others I will mention here in a minute. Um, why did I pick Goldberg? Come on, first undefeated world champion of all time. You could argue at that point. You could say Undertaker won between Hogan being the first undefeated. You could argue about Andre the Giant being undefeated at the world title. But you know what? I don't think with Bobby the Brain Heenan saying that he's the first time, and then all of a sudden you guys say Andre the Giant. Uh, there's something different about that. Yeah, I got so many arguments about why Goldberg's always number one. People didn't like it when he kicked Bret Hart in the head, causing him to lose most of his career. Accidents do happen. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not coming up with an excuse about that. You know, some people will argue about my number one wrestler today about him, but which I will reveal later. Um, I will start off this video by saying that these are the wrestlers I'm talking about. I will get to the event I'm talking about in a minute. I'm going to treat this as a podcast in a way. Yes, I do listen to podcasts, which is Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast, which you'll find on podcast1.com, along with Roddy Piper, Chris Jericho, which is Talk is Jericho, and the greatest commentator of all time, Jim Ross, Hall of Famer, which Stone Cold did give him the start. But man, since they did a podcast, it got me. This is why I'm doing a video, is because it got me in the mood to do a video. Stuff that just motivates you. And when you listen to these podcasts for like days and days out, you get the attitude that you want to just do a video, YouTube video. You know, yeah, it'd be nice to do a podcast. You know, but you gotta have the skills. You gotta have the, you know, things. And you can tell them, well, I'm not no skillful guy. Steve Austin says he's not a skillful guy. You know, Steve Austin always says, you know, man, this is my first ever podcast. And you know, I met Steve Austin, by the way. If you look at my timeline, yes, the rattlesnake, which is one of my top guys. If I had to pick a stable, which was in WWE 2K14, or if I, you know, play video games, he's in one of them. You know, he would be my number 3 guy. And people think, well, why did you pick him as number 1? Well, you know what? There's a reason. Believe me, there is a reason. Goldberg's my number 1 because he was undefeated. Nobody in the world, nobody could ever say they were undefeated as champion with 173 wins. And then people say, well, what about Undertaker? He was undefeated at WrestleMania. Well, you know what? There's a difference, man. He's 20-0. You know, I kind of argue the fact about why people choose Undertaker over Goldberg when all Undertaker does is come once a year. Goldberg defended his title every week. Not defended his title, defended his, not just his title, but his streak every week. And so is on. Well, what about Rusev? He's United States champion. Dude, I don't care about Rusev. Russian guy, he could become the United States champion and go, you know, toe to toe. But I'm telling you, John Cena is going to beat him at WrestleMania. That's all. And it may not happen now that he'll accept John Cena, but he will eventually get under the skin of Rusev. Man, I love to take a freaking Russian flag, put freaking coward on it, and show it to him. I hope John Cena does it here in a couple weeks. Oh my gosh, made me mad Monday. Well, let's just get off the Money Raw thing because you know that's another subject. Anyways, it just set it in my mind. I'm like, ooh. Anyways, baby Jesus. Oh my gosh, I got Roddy Piper in my mind. Hopefully he'll be added to this event that I'm going to be talking about here in a few minutes. Of course, this is my first video. Some people on my Facebook probably remember my other old videos from a long time ago. But anyways, that wasn't on YouTube. That was on Facebook, my Facebook. Anyways, which was, people think that was a disaster, but you know what? I don't care. I'm in the mood. You could take this to YouTube and say, why is he all talking gibberish and stuff about? Well, sorry, that's how I am. That's who I am. But if you really want to get to know me, just go to my, you know, Facebook page. I will accept. You can ask questions about why did I do this stupid damn video. Well, you know, my opinion. Anyways, back to wrestling. Goldberg, of course, is my number 1. Was my number 1. Since he's not wrestling, he's kind of faltered back. You know, I'm not putting him down because he's my, you know. I went to the my Wrestle Fan Fest. I met him, and boy, I was like frozen. I was frozen when I met Austin, though. You know, I'll get to that in a minute. I could tell you a long story about the Fan Fest, but I can't. I'm not gonna go into details right now. Yeah. I'm just gonna go with my favorite. I met Goldberg in 2007. Shockingly, if you go on YouTube, if you look up Goldberg right now, and you talk about the return of Goldberg returning to WWE, it might happen. But when I met him, he told me no deals. He will never come back. You know, but you know, never say never, like Hulk Hogan said at the Hall of Fame. Never say never. Man, I've been a wrestling fan forever. Oh my goodness. If I had to go back to when I first watched the wrestling, if I ever went to, I would have to say in Sacramento. It was 1987, 85, or 88. I don't know. But I used to live in Sacramento. I used to go to Arc Arena. And my first ever match I saw was Honky Tonk Man versus Macho Man Randy Savage with Elizabeth in a steel cage match. Man, I remember that match so good. But then I would go to the Royal Rumble '93, and then I would go to the Raws, and then after Raws, man, I said, man, I don't like this. I don't like sitting high, man. I don't like sitting up in the bleachers, not seeing everything. And it's not ain't the same, man. And of course, I promised my sister I would take her to go see, her favorite all time, well now favorite mine, which I would eventually say John Cena, which I did go to wrestling today. But you know what? I will get in detail about that. But let's go back to Goldberg. Goldberg, when I went to the Fan Fest, they had a TNA event too, which was awesome. Goldberg, wow, it's like a, whew, the, the moment that I had with him is when he was standing about 7 feet from me, and I was thinking spear, automatically, just spear. But he's only, it's like he gave me that moment only, not everybody else. He just looked at me, just spear. But I came up to him and I got his autograph, not just one, but three. Yeah, because the only way I got his autograph 3 times is because I told him is that I'm his number one fan. The guy's downright awesome. He had his wife. He said the reason why he's gone for WWE at the time is because his wife is the one that kept him away. You know, it was just a joke that he made right when he went to. But but the guy's awesome. And then I met him again at the hotel and the bar, wrestlers. The fans get to go to the the, the bar and everything, get to hang out with the wrestlers and drink and stuff. And it was fun. And Goldberg was there, and I just said, man, hey again. And I said, man, and that's when he told me no deals in WWE because he had to go. Um, but seeing him just made my day. Made my day. You know. And then of course I met lots of wrestlers there. Sandman. If you go to I don't want to get into it right now with all the WrestleFan Fest 2007. I mean, if you really want to know, just go to my timeline pics, and you'll see. Um, I may sound a lot. Um, there we go. Um, low right now because it's like 9:30 in the night, and you're saying, why are you doing a video at 9:30 at night when you're tired and everything? Well, I'm just hanging. And people are like looking at you stone. Yeah, like I'm smoking weed. Oh, good luck. Sorry to say that. I'm not. No, I don't. Thank you. No, it was a joke, people. Thank you. Um, let's just go back to wrestling. Let's go back to the wrestling situation. The my favorites. My favorite, of course, right now. And everybody thinks, all my friends think that John Cena is my all-time favorite, and they would kind of tease me, commenting on my posts saying John Cena sucks and everything. But no, no. This next wrestler, who I think is the best of all time, and he is considered to me the best in the world with the best faction in all of sports right now, the Bullet Club, which is AJ Styles. AJ Styles did mention that he's not the leader of the Bullet Club. The Bullet Club is just, that's the thing that went wrong with the NWO with Hogan. Hogan always wanted to be was the leader, and that's what you don't do. You know, that's what kind of made the fallout between Hogan and Nash. At the time, Nash became the NWO and everything, but then Nash just decided to beat Goldberg, and which kind of made me, I hate it. Streaks do have to have the ending, and the whole in the Undertaker streak, people need to realize that had to end no matter what. I mean, Brock Lesnar beating Undertaker. I mean, I love it when Paul Heyman comes out the 1-in-1. I mean, I mean, just rub it in the face. Just not to. I mean, I'm not down on Undertaker. I am an Undertaker fan, but don't try to make it like he's invincible. I thought Goldberg was invincible, but he lost to Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. Brock Lesnar had to beat Undertaker. You know, I mean, Brock Lesnar was the guy, was the man. I mean, UFC fighter now. He wasn't the man when he beat Goldberg. And don't forget, it's funny because the Undertaker got beat by Brock Lesnar, and Goldberg beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 20. So, not to put fire on the kettle or anything with the Undertaker, but you know, I would have loved to see Goldberg versus Undertaker. That was my dream. And if he had that streak alive, Goldberg had that streak alive, we would put 173 versus 20, and we would have seen streak versus streak. But that would have been awesome. My thoughts about WrestleMania, I will come to that in a minute. But the guy who I look at right now is AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. Uh, why? Oh, come on, dude. Pele kick out of nowhere. Um, First man I saw that. Get this. These the guardrails on the bottom are that inches. Okay. Two matches I think of when he did it was with Abyss at Lockdown, 2005, and him with Matt Hardy with Ric Flair in Victory Road 2011. Can you imagine that AJ Styles actually slid underneath that big guardrail, and with his body the way it looks, he slid. I mean, I had never seen that in my life. The dude, when he said phenomenal, he's got the most phenomenal moves I ever saw. The spiral tap, the Styles Clash, the balls ready fly. People may know me from when I say, JP, I know you're going to be listening to this. I'd like to send a shout out to JB Brown. Thank you for the autograph of AJ Styles, by the way. But personally, I want to meet the guy and get a photo op from the guy. Anyways, I'd like to put out there that the reason why I pick AJ is because of what he does in the ring. I recently posted on my Facebook that if you go to YouTube, they will say 100 moves of AJ Styles. You know, you could say John Cena has 5 moves or 6 moves, but come on, man. I'll get to that one later. So, I know I'm kind of wasting my time. 17 minutes? Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make it a long one. Part of me goes to where AJ Styles and the controversy of breaking people's necks. I shake my head. Why? Because doubters. Because people want to talk about how bad as AJ Styles broke these guys' necks. You know what? If you're gonna put your body on a line for a wrestling event and agree to a situation, you gotta trust that guy. AJ Styles in a interview on YouTube. If you go to YouTube on his interviews, will mention about you know the guy who actually, if you saw the video where AJ Styles took the style clash on one of the Japanese wrestlers or one of the wrestlers, the guy actually tucked his head. You don't do that. You don't tuck your head in, man. You keep it up. You keep it so he could deliver it. You never move out of a, never move, man. And people think it's AJ's fault. No, it's not. It's the wrestler's fault. And I keep on telling people on Facebook. They could say, oh well, I'm never gonna go against AJ Styles now because he breaks people's back, he's dangerous and everything. Well, that's fine. That's your opinion. I'm not against you with your opinions. I'm just stating the fact. You could ignore the fact. You could ignore that you don't like AJ Styles because of what he does. And the reason why people want to when wrestlers get so high up there, they want to bring them down by putting all these critics on them. They want to criticize, especially John Cena. Um, um, he's number 3, by the way. That's why I didn't want to put Stone Cold in there. So, Adrian 1, Goldberg 2, John Cena 3, and Stone Cold 4. Actually, 5 because I like The Rock. They're tied, by the way, by 4. Okay, staying that fact. When I met Stone Cold Steve Austin, my friend, I will never mention his name, but he's my longtime buddy. He always wanted to meet the wrestlers, but the way I I love my friend. You know, he's cool. You know, um, and if you do comment on it, man, just let me know. I will not put your name out there, brother. Um, uh, guy has a hard time getting out. You know, I won't go into personal details about it. I respect my friend. You know, I will never put my friend under the bus. Um, he's a big time Stone Cold Steve Austin fan. He's a big time Scott Hall fan. Uh, he's, you know, I always ask him, man, why don't you come with me to these events? And he just can't. You know, um, it's a family thing. Okay, don't want to keep talking about it. Anyways, uh, I I like my friend Ryan Rahar. I like to give a shout out to you, dude. I like to shout out to Assad, uh, best friends for wrestling. I wanted to give a shout out for FSP Pro, Fighting Spirit Pro. You guys are amazing. I like to give a shout out to my friends, the wrestlers that are there. Give a shout out to all BT wrestlers. I mean, all the wrestlers. You know, whoever listens to this. I like to give a shout out, say, hey, you know. And if AJ Styles is listening, I say, hey, you better sign up for WrestleCon, dude. That's the event. And I will get back to WrestleCon. Uh, my screen just keeps fading out. Yeah, so AJ Styles is my number one wrestler. Goldberg's my number two. John Cena's my number three. Um, now let's get to John Cena now. Controversy with John Cena. People are trying to put a lot of pressure on him from turning heel. Dude, in my opinion, he is not going to turn heel. He has too much going for him. He has the kids, Make-A-Wish Foundation, and he would not jeopardize to make those kids hurt. You know, uh, people think, well, Hogan turned heel. Well, in my opinion, the reason why I say in my opinion, because I don't know if it's true or not. The reason why Hogan turned heel is because he was in a company that he was able to turn heel. See, I think Vince McMahon doesn't want to jeopardize his wrestlers, doesn't want to put his wrestlers in a situation where he's going to hurt people. When Hogan turned heel, everybody was just like, well, kids were crying, man. I feel for that. Um, everybody, my mouth was wide open when he put the leg drop on Macho Man Randy Savage. I mean, I had that Undertaker look. Well, the Undertaker match, that black guy's look, you know, in the Undertaker match, had that look when Hogan put the leg drop, and for a little kid to see that, it's just, you know, unreal. Um, and then when Hogan started to become that bad guy, I just hated him more. You know, I mean, you're gonna hate the guy. You know, is it because they want John Cena to turn heel so they can hate him more? Guess what? I got a shirt that says that. Hate, rise above the damn hate. Yeah, rise above it. And John Cena, on his shirts, always tells you he never gives up. He'll rise above the hate, and his hustle, loyalty, respect tells it all, man. Future Hall of Famer, dude. And the guy's not old. Come on, man. Oh my gosh, I get tired of that. Um, yeah. 15-time world champion, soon to be 16-time champion, tied with Flair. People kind of controverse that in reality that Ric Flair is a 21-time world champion. You can look at that. But you know what? Who says that? You know, people controverse that Goldberg isn't really at 173 because he lost at a house show. They're not adding Rusev to lose to Roman Reigns at a house show. So house shows don't count as undefeated marks, people. You know, as a mark. You know, it's got to be on television. So uh, Ric Flair is considered as a 16-time champion, not a 21 champion. You can argue that with anybody else. And you know what? I met Ric Flair last year, and it was pretty neat. I will get into that when we go through the Fan Fest or WrestleCon thing. Um, let's see, 24 minutes. I may have to make another video of this, because I have a lot to say, um, about wrestling. Wrestling is my topic. Right now, wrestling, I would make wrestling my topic. You know what? I'll just add on to WrestleCon. So let's just go ahead and kind of, let's say, I'm just going to put thoughts of wrestling, WrestleCon, 2015. Um, that will be the event that I'll be going to on March 27th, March 28th. Well, the event is actually March 27th, March 28th, March 29th, which is the same weekend WrestleMania. But okay, since I did conclude my favorite wrestlers, like I said, number 4 would be the tie with The Rock and Steve Austin. But my stable, like I was going to mention for the 2K14, was actually Goldberg, AJ Styles, Goldberg, John Cena, uh, um, The Rock, and Austin. But I'll put The Rock in the front because I would call it Team Bring It. That's what I call it. Anyways, I know Ryan, kind of shout out for you, dude. Anyways, I would say that this was the Facebook YouTube video more than a YouTube video, because my next one would be about WrestleCon, and I'll put that as a WrestleCon YouTube video next. I hope it comes up on one of the top 10 on the YouTube list. Because when I go to YouTube, I want to look for WrestleCon, and some people are on there, so always talking about it. Or I could just make this a 15 minute. I don't know I don't know what the limit is. I mean, on here, I go as far as the limit as I want. Yeah. um, yeah. You'll be when I go through WrestleCon, I'm gonna be reminiscing a lot about my WrestleFan Fest. So I will put the thoughts on who I really met. So in there, people I will not be able to mention would be Sandman, Lady Amazon, Animal. Well, no, he's in. Yeah, I will mention him. But let me get you to my Stone Cold Steve Austin moment. Um, at the Fan Fest. Apparently, Steve Austin came out, uh, came in when I was walking with a woman by a former wrestler woman named Lady Amazon. Not a lot of people don't know her from her AWA days. People, I even asked promoters, they don't even remember her. So, but I want to give a shout out to Lady Amazon. Hi, she's manages Animal from Legion of Doom. Um, as they were walking out, and I was up just coming up to talk him out, walk him out the door. Beloved, behold, Stone Cold Steve Austin in the flesh, standing right there. And there was a lot of drama going on with that fan fest. If you guys don't know, one of the promoters that the night before at the hotel had like a fight or something, and he was holding the briefcase that was holding all the wrestlers' money was standing there. So he ended up grabbing it and running away with it. And my brother-in-law says he went that way, and so he took at least, man, the guy, my brother-in-law the guy kind of estimated about 300 grand on that night, but it could be more than that. But I'm just saying, man, if you I don't blame the guy if he did it because that's a lot of money. But this just I, that's playing out wrong. You know, uh, Russia's got duped. The Russia's got I actually pushed in the rest of my money for them buy drinks. Just because it's just that good night. They but nobody was gonna stop that Sunday because Sunday was the time when Stone Cold Steve Austin was gonna be there, and I purchased my ticket, $50, man, $50, yeah. So Steve Austin, which came in, I'm like, wow. I what can you say, dude? You're standing like 5 feet from him, and once he's ready, you're like, you had to say, hey, Steve, come this way, which is I was leading him to the vendors, because the fans, which was us, which is me, my brother-in-law, my father-in-law, my sister, was able to take over the event, which means us fans got to take over the event after the money got stolen. So, which means we got to run the vending vendors and all that at that night. to continue on the show, because I mean continue on the event. So Steve Austin, I was able to go, and then a cop came next, and we're like walking Steve Austin like Goldberg to the ring, like how Goldberg has all that security. I felt like that with Steve Austin, man. It was just so cool. And I'm like in front of Steve Austin. I'm like, dude, I felt like I was shaking my boots, man. It's just, oh, when you meet Steve Austin, you're like, it's so intimidating because can you be a stunner anytime, you know? Um, and when I got to the, was able to get his picture. I mean, my camera was just, I was trying to fix my camera to where I could get him, but he was just, whoa, don't ever take your time with Stone Cold Steve Austin, man, especially when he's in a rush. Holy mackerel, he had to leave. He kept yelling at me and everything. I mean, shoot. I mean, I know. I mean, you want the starter now or later? Anyway, that was just so fun. He was able to sign twice for me. That was a great night, dude. Yeah, you say you lucky son of a bitch. Oh, you know what? He's the SOB. You know, look, you know, the badass SOB in WWE. So, and a shout out to Stone Cold Steve Austin if you ever see this. I don't know. I don't know how many hits I'm gonna hit. I don't think I'm gonna hit nothing. So, um, I like to say this before I get to the event. The reason why I love wrestling is the fact it's entertaining to me. It could be fake as you want it. People say it's fake, but you know what? It ain't all about that. You go up to a wrestler today. You go up to a wrestler back then and say it's fake. What's gonna happen to you? Yeah. And Ric Flair on the podcast mentioned about Harley Race, you know, would get offended by that, and Harley Race would actually get in a bar fight just because somebody said it was fake. Yeah, dude. Messed the guy up, gave him stitches, sent him to the hospital because he said it was fake. So you better watch out what you say when fake about wrestling, because you know you're not the one who's wrestling. You know you're the one behind the TV. You know. So and I like wrestling. I love the sport. I love the. It was a sport, but you know what? And you know what? I was gonna say that I said this on my last video before it got deleted. I do not like WWE. Simple fact. It's not wrestling anymore. It's entertainment. You know. I said it was entertainment. I mean, I like the entertainment, but I didn't mean the entertainment as bringing celebrities in and then start a freaking promo for at least 45 minutes or 30 minutes. We're not doing that. I want to watch wrestling. I want to see the entertainment is what you see. Oh, look at the flying moves. Oh, look at all the oh, look at the blood coming out of that guy. Oh, look at all the table smashing like ECW, throwing all the chairs in. You know, that kind of entertainment, not freaking stupidity of a promo or drama from a total diva. I mean, I'm sorry, divas are not wrestlers. Knockouts are wrestlers. Yeah, TNA, baby. Yes. But, you know, um, I could reminisce about Raw last week, but, you know, that could be on another video. Um, but, you know, two things that come up in my mind. Thank God Natalie got turned heel. Uh, People don't realize why wrestlers kind of want to turn heel. You know, it's either because their life is not working out right, or you know, because when I think about Natalie deserving a turn heel and why does it deserve Cesaro and Tyson Kidd to become tag team champions, is because Natalie and Tyson are going through tough times right now, and Usos are overrated anyways, and they don't deserve to have tag team belts. There's nothing wrong with them, you know. Give it to somebody. Give it to people who deserve the belts. You know, give $1 million to a homeless man. My goodness, that's what I'm saying. Give it to somebody who's struggling. I'm sorry. I don't know about the Bellas. I mean, I don't think that. I don't think. I think Nikki's right. Don't let her. I think her sister should kind of not rely on her sister to get money from them. I mean, oh my gosh, I watched all the Divas and Nikki Bella got a purse from John Cena. It cost 25 grand. Oh my lord. Huh. But you know, I'm just reminiscing. Anyways, but let's not talk about that right now. I'm gonna stop and make this part one of my videos of wrestling, And I do mention WrestleCon, so I'm going to go ahead and stop. And I will catch you guys down the road.